PCS just came through and we're going to Fort Jackson, South Carolina, baby. Today we're going to touch base on some tips and tricks when moving in the military. The video running on screen and in the background will be 3 towns close to Fort Jackson, namely Hopkins, Forest Acres, which is in Columbia, and Elgin, popular landing spots for families electing to live off base. Now there are plenty of guides and how-tos when it comes to Uncle Sam telling you where to go and how to get there. But let's take a look at some ticket items that you may not have heard before. Like, did you know that when preparing your home for a pack-out, they'll move your trash? Yes, your trash specifically. So be sure to have your trash taken out on moving day, or you can expect those dirty diapers and Panda Express to show up with bells on 3 months later. Don't just clean your house before you move. Clean your items too. Bathroom items are exposed to bacteria that grow and multiply during transit. Considering things like your toilet paper stand, soap dispenser, trinkets, and maybe pictures that you have on the wall. This isn't just limited to bathroom things though. Trash cans and car seats are among the top offenders to collect all sorts of icky that can be gross if not harmful 90 days later. Another thing I want to talk about is label everything. When putting away all of your belongings, it's important to be a little more specific than office or kitchen. Albeit a bit tedious at first, it's not a bad idea to label those boxes Kitchen 1 or Kitchen 2. Then have a Google Sheets or Excel page breaking down what's in those designated boxes. I'll throw up an on-screen example right here. Now when you do it like this, you can pull up your live sheet and use your computer's Control-F function to find items you may need sooner rather than later. So rather than trying to remember where you put the mixer, you can just look up mixer in your graph and find out where it is. Now the cool thing about doing it on the sheet is that you want to be sure to include all serial numbers for guns, televisions, and appliances, and any other applicable items you have, with pictures as well. Now our last tip is to have a non-pack-out room. These are belongings that you don't want moved in the pack-out so that they don't get caught up in the mix on moving day. It's best to have a specific room to put these items in so you can just inform any help that you have, hey, don't pack anything in this room. Now this may cause a bit of a clutter on moving day, but you can be thankful that you kept it simple the following days right before you move completely. Now in this next clip, I'm going to talk a little bit about the area that's close to Fort Jackson in case you are looking for housing outside of it, as well as some price points and average square footage around there. So feel free to take a look. I'll be popping in and out giving you guys information, and then we'll come back and wrap this thing up. In case you guys were unfamiliar with South Carolina, I wanted to pull it up on the map. So Fort Jackson is going to be right in the Midlands. As we zoom in, we see Columbia. And then, actually, that's going to be one of the places we talk about today, Forest Acres. And so covering these 3 towns that cover Fort Jackson, which is this little blob right here, and there's some more things sprinkled throughout as you go across to 601. But we have Hopkins right down here. And then just to the left, this is going to be 29205, part of Columbia, and that is Forest Acres. And then the northeast part, just past Pontiac, we have Elgin. And so we'll cover those 3 towns today. When we're driving through Hopkins, we're going to go right around here is where you'll see the Hopkins sign. Then we took Old Hopkins Road back up towards Garner's Ferry, which we'll see here. We'll drive this strip. You'll see the VA hospital. You'll see a couple different shopping centers, Family Dollar, Food Lion, just about every shopping thing that you would need on Garner's Ferry. Then we'll move into Forest Acres area. And we're actually going to come out right here by Trader Joe's. That's going to be on the right as this image pops up right here. And continuing down, now there's plenty of shopping to do inside downtown Columbia, but as you're staying on the outskirts here, there's different restaurants and things like that for all your shopping needs. Then we're going to hop onto 77 to I-20, head northeast towards Elgin-Lugoff area. We'll get off on exit 87, I believe it is, right here. It's right here, to head into Elgin. Now, Elgin is a smaller town. There's less shopping amenities there, but you're not too far away from all of your shopping needs. You do have an IGA and a couple different restaurants in there. There are some good ones. And something else to note about Elgin is the county line goes right through the middle of it. And so to the northeast is going to be Kershaw County, and to the southwest is going to be Richland County, and they have different tax taxes, and they have different taxes. Coming out of Elgin heading towards Columbia, as you travel down Highway 1, you're going to come into Two Notch, which has all of your shopping needs. Right around here, you'll see Target, Olive Garden, Sam's Club, all those things. Now, do keep in mind that is about a 15 to 20 minute drive from Elgin, just to the other side of Pontiac. Now, if you receive PCS and are looking for a realtor to assist you in the move, you can always click in the link in the description below to get in touch with me or a member of my team. We always love to make your transition smooth, stress-free, and memorable. Moving is stressful enough. Take these tips and feel free to use some or all of them to make it a stress-free move. I'll include in the description below some links that I found useful when I was looking up this information. See if it helps you out too. I do appreciate you guys for liking and subscribing, but I also want to mention an extra special thanks to Mr. and Mrs. O'Neill, who are in the military, and we talked about these tips that I'm giving to you guys today. They said there wasn't much like it on the internet and thought that it would be super helpful for you guys following your new PCS orders coming in. Now to Mr. and Mrs. O'Neill, I wish you guys the best of luck. Thank you for taking your time to talk with me, and I hope you and your family have a great time in your next destination. And thank you for your service, of course. I'll see you guys in the next one.